Chosen ones, your real mission is still classified. Not because you are unworthy of knowing it, but because your readiness must come from within. You are not just a seeker. You are a silent architect in a plan so vast, so intricate, that premature knowledge could unravel its precision. The concealment of your true purpose is not punishment, but protection. Every challenge, every delay, every moment of confusion has been part of a divine encryption, shielding you until your energy aligns with the frequency required to receive the full revelation. You have already been moving through the training, though you may not have realized it. The silence wasn't absence, it was activation. But until that time, your every thought, intention, and desire has been feeding the energetic blueprint of this mission. This is why you must keep wishing, keep dreaming, keep igniting the universe with your highest visions. It's not a side act, it is the preliminary stage of decoding your classified calling. So, watch this video until the end. If your heart resonates, type your warmest wishes in the comments along with the number 77. That number is not random, it's an echo, a signal, a harmonic key that aligns your frequency with others who are awakening. Now, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive deeper. You may wonder, if I'm meant to do something great, why hide it from me? Because your greatness is not a single act. It's a series of awakenings, of realizations too powerful to be delivered all at once. Imagine pouring lightning into a vessel not yet forged. It would shatter. So your path was designed with delay, confusion, and resistance, not to stop you, but to strengthen you. Each moment of frustration has been bending your soul into a shape capable of receiving the classified message. You are not being punished by not knowing. You are being prepared. The truth is, your mission isn't just hidden from you, it's hidden from your enemies, from the sabotaging forces, from the watchers who mimic light but carry decay. If they knew your path, they'd interfere. That's why you have felt alone. That's why you've been silenced. Your silence is a security protocol. And your doubts, they are the encryption keys. Each time you question, the code tightens, ensuring no unauthorized entity can trace your frequency. You are hidden because what you carry is too rare to be exposed in a noisy world. You weren't meant to fit in. That ache in your soul when you tried to blend with the world, it was your divine discomfort. A glitch in the matrix reminding you, you are not from here. You are embedded in this realm like a star, cloaked in mist, camouflaged until the celestial hour strikes. Others walk freely in purpose, but you walk with mystery. That is by design. Your light is too ancient to follow human templates. Your path was not mapped with ink, but with fire. Still, questions burn inside you. When will I know? When will the veil lift? And the answer comes in layers. You begin to know when you stop needing to know. The veil lifts not with force, but with frequency. As you rise, so does the clarity. When you align with trust, the secrets begin to whisper. The real mission is not a task, it's a transformation. You do not perform it. You become it. You don't discover it. You remember it. And oh, how you've already started. The tears you cried alone. The nights you questioned your value. The moments you almost gave up. Those were initiation rites. They weren't setbacks. They were signal tests. The universe was checking. Can you still hold light when everything feels dark? You passed every test, not because you knew what to do, but because you kept walking. That was enough. That was everything. You've been entrusted with sacred chaos, the kind that births galaxies. You have felt broken not because you're weak, but because your soul was being reshaped into a new architecture. What looked like delay was actually calibration. The divine was aligning every cell in your body to withstand the truth when it finally reaches you. You're not waiting, you're becoming. The mission is classified because your enemies are not just external. The false beliefs, the doubts, the inherited traumas, they too would sabotage the mission if it were revealed too soon. That's why you've been led through healing, through darkness, through loneliness. Each layer removed was a firewall lifted. Each heartbreak was a line of corrupted code erased. You are not behind schedule. You are right on divine timing. Chosen one, when the time is right, nothing will stop the unfolding. Your mission will not be something you chase. It will chase you. It will find you in the quiet of your courage, in the thunder of your faith. And when it comes, it won't feel new. It will feel like home. And even now, you may already be living fragments of that mission. In your words, your compassion, your decisions. Don't look for fireworks. Look for alignment. The signs are subtle because the truth is powerful. If the world saw your real light too soon, it would either try to idolize you or destroy you. That's why you've been hidden in plain sight. You are not forgotten. You are not off path. You are coded. And your code is unlocking, one divine spark at a time. The classification of your mission is not a denial. It is a delay by design. One of the greatest misconceptions of purpose is the idea that it should be known in full before it is lived. But your soul, ancient and refined, has operated beyond the limits of linear knowledge. You were never meant to hold a printed blueprint of your journey. Instead, you were meant to feel your way through it, sensing the pulses of rightness and wrongness that push you forward. The real mission lives not in your mind, but in your memory. The memory of your spirit, hidden beneath layers of conditioning and survival. You have been trained to doubt what you can't explain. But your true mission isn't explainable in words crafted by the current world. That's why language has failed to soothe your longing. No label has ever felt like home. No title has ever fit. Because your purpose is not a career or a role. It is a frequency, a force, a spiritual revolution encoded into your very breath. You don't find your mission by asking others what it is. You awaken to it in the silence when everything else has fallen away and all that remains is your essence. The reason your mission has been withheld from your conscious mind is because the world still speaks in static, and your purpose must be received in stillness. Noise is a weapon of distraction. Confusion is manufactured. The design of the system you live in does not want awakened beings like you to realize that the very confusion you feel is evidence of something magnificent being hidden. You are not lost, you are veiled, and the veil is sacred. There is a point in your path where the external world can no longer confirm who you are. This is the wilderness phase of your awakening. You wander, you seek, you ask, and the universe appears silent. But the silence is not rejection, it is calibration. You're being tuned to a frequency above explanation. This is why the people around you may not understand you. This is why the advice of others falls short. You are being taught how to hear from within. Even your struggles have been encrypted messages. The relationships that fell apart, the jobs that didn't fit, the opportunities that disappeared, these were not failures. They were divine deflections, keeping you from anchoring into realities that would dim your light and delay your code from activating. You didn't miss out. You were being protected from illusions. Every no in your life was a disguised yes to your true assignment. And now, as the collective energy of Earth begins to shift, the encoded ones, the chosen, are being summoned through intuition, dreams, synchronicities, and unshakable knowing. These nudges are not random. They are pings from your true timeline, calling you back to your assignment. You may feel like everything is falling apart, but what's really happening is that the false foundation is being dismantled so your mission can rise from something real. Chosen one, the greatest misconception is that you're late, but there's no such thing in divine timing. You've been arriving in pieces, each heartbreak, each awakening, each insight, a fragment falling into place. You're not behind schedule, you're on cosmic time. The mission is classified because you are still being formed into the version of yourself who can carry it with honor, with balance, with power. And that mission? It's not just a single act of greatness. It's a long walk of embodiment. It's how you look at the world. It's how you choose love when hate is easier. It's how you refuse to abandon your light, even when the night is endless. The mission begins in the private decisions no one sees. And slowly, through these invisible acts of alignment, the code within you unlocks the greater instructions. You will not need to chase it. It will arrive as a knowing too clear to ignore. And when it does, you won't hesitate. You'll recognize it, not because you studied it, but because you remember it. It will activate like a song you once knew in another life. And suddenly, everything will click. The delays will make sense. The longing will dissolve. The scattered moments will converge. This is not a myth. This is not hope. This is remembering. The mission has never been outside of you. The reason it's still classified is because it is still sacred. The world profanes what it does not understand. And you were never meant to be consumed or explained. You were meant to be revealed by divine timing, when the world could handle the weight of your light without destroying it, or you. This concealment is not punishment, it's preservation. Until the world is ready to receive you fully, your mission remains hidden to protect it and to protect you. And yet, in every action you take with integrity, in every moment you say no to fear and yes to truth, you are already fulfilling it, in part. What is hidden is not absent. What is classified is not inactive. You are not waiting for the mission. You are the mission, wrapped in human skin, moving through density and illusion, cracking open portals with every breath. Your very existence is a disruption to false realities. Your heartbeat is a codebreaker. You awaken others just by standing in truth. You shift timelines by choosing love. You dismantle darkness by remembering who you are. So do not despair in the silence. The silence is sacred. The delay is deliberate. The absence of clarity is evidence of the magnitude of what is coming. You will not miss it. You cannot miss it. It was designed for you, and you for it. And when it lands fully, it won't look like fireworks. It will feel like gravity. You'll be pulled into it effortlessly, naturally, like stepping into a room you forgot you built with your own hands in another realm. No resistance, no confusion, just remembrance. The real mission is still classified, but your soul already knows it. The whispers will become echoes. The echoes will become songs. The songs will become instructions. And you, chosen one, will carry them into a world that has been waiting for your voice, your presence, your purpose, all along. You may have spent your life wondering why nothing ever felt quite right, why the world seemed out of sync with your soul, why no matter how hard you tried to fit in, you always felt like a visitor on a planet that spoke a language you were never meant to understand. This dissonance wasn't an accident. It was an early sign that you came here carrying a mission that doesn't conform to this reality. It transforms it. You've walked through the ordinary with extraordinary energy buried inside of you. And though others couldn't see it, that light has always been pulsing, waiting, preparing. The reason your mission has remained hidden is because you've been walking among those who wouldn't know what to do with your power. If the assignment had come too early, the world would have labeled you as delusional, as dangerous, as too much. And in their fear, they might have crushed the very gift they needed most. This is why the divine keeps secrets, even from you. Because until your inner world was stabilized, until your soul reclaimed its center, the mission could not be handed over. What you carry must be delivered with precision. It is not just a role, it is a ripple. Once activated, your path will not only shift your own life, but it will echo across timelines, breaking chains for those you've never even met. And so, the long silence, the loneliness, the questioning, the false starts, all of it has been initiation. It wasn't meaningless, it was coded. You've been enrolled in a curriculum of the unseen, where your lessons were heartbreak, silence, surrender, survival, and awakening. The tests didn't come to assess you. They came to shape you into someone who could walk into destiny without being broken by the weight of it. The mission has remained classified because the assignment is sacred. Sacred things are not shouted from rooftops. They are whispered in stillness. They are revealed in moments of total presence. The reason you couldn't find your purpose in books or systems or templates is because it's not housed there. It lives inside the exact intersection of your pain and your power. It rises from the scars you tried to hide. It emerges from the ruins of everything you thought disqualified you. You are not disqualified. You are refined. What seems like delay is actually design. You are being prepared to receive and carry an energy that does not play by the rules of this realm. The mission is multidimensional. It doesn't just affect your lifetime. It shifts energy across ancestral lines, across soul groups, across realms. That's why it feels so heavy before it begins. You are not just preparing for something. You are preparing to become something. And even now, parts of your mission are being revealed in symbols, in dreams, in sudden moments of knowing that you can't explain. These glimpses are not accidents. They are previews, clues, fragments of your encoded design slowly being decrypted as you prove, through your choices, that you are ready. The more you choose authenticity, the more the mission begins to reveal itself. The more you step into sovereignty, the more the fog begins to lift. But do not expect a full map. The mission was never meant to be downloaded in one moment. You are not here to perform a task. You are here to evolve into a presence. The mission is not something you will do. It is something you will radiate. The impact will be a consequence of your embodiment, not the result of your effort. And this is the secret that the old systems don't want you to remember. You don't need permission to be powerful. You don't need validation to activate your light. Your real mission is still classified because you're still in the process of breaking out of the illusion that you must earn what has already been etched into your soul. They taught you to look outside, but your mission is hidden where no one can reach it except you, beneath your survival instincts, beneath the identity the world tried to paste over your spirit. And every time you say yes to your inner knowing instead of outer pressure, you come closer to the core of your calling. You are not here to follow trends. You are here to restore truths. You are not here to be accepted. You are here to activate. The world doesn't need another copy of itself. It needs an interruption. And that's what you are. That's why you've been resisted. That's why you've been delayed. You are a divine disruption. The light within you doesn't just illuminate, it recalibrates reality. And when the time comes, and it will, you will receive the signal. It may not come in a dramatic flash. It may come in stillness, in the feeling that nothing outside of you matters more than the knowing that is rising within you. You will not need to convince anyone. You will not need to force your way forward. You will simply know. And in that knowing, the mission will begin to move through you, like a current through a wire. All of the confusion you've experienced will be reframed. All of the delays will become alignment. You will see how every seemingly disconnected moment was secretly connected by invisible threads of intention. The divine has been writing your story with a hand too wise to make mistakes. Even when it felt like absence, the guidance was always present. And the more you trust, the more you surrender. Not to fear, but to truth, the more the mission will find you. You don't need to hunt for it. You need to clear space for it. You don't need to chase it. You need to make yourself available to it. That is why the mission is classified, because your availability is the real signal that unlocks it. Do not fear the silence. Do not resent the mystery. You are not being ignored. You are being initiated. And soon, chosen one, the veil will lift, not as a thunderclap, but as a gentle unfolding. And when it does, you will walk not with answers, but with alignment. And that will be enough. That will be everything. There are those who will try to define you by what you haven't yet done, who will attempt to measure your worth by milestones the world can see. But your mission, chosen one, is not built for external applause. It was never meant to be paraded. It was meant to be protected. Your silence has not been your weakness. It's been your shield. Your invisibility has not been your punishment. It's been your training ground. What has been classified has also been guarded. Every delay, every detour, every door that refused to open was a form of divine filtration. Not everything is worthy of your access. Not everyone is equipped to hold space for your becoming. That's why the mission hasn't unfolded all at once. You are not being hidden from the world. You are being hidden for the right moment. And when that moment arrives, everything will change without warning. Because divine timing doesn't need build-up. It needs readiness. When the mission begins to surface, it won't ask you to prove yourself. It will ask you to trust yourself. The signs will become clearer. The synchronicities will sharpen. And something deep within will say, now. You might expect it to come with a grand announcement or a thunderous sign. But real power moves differently. It doesn't need spectacle. It needs clarity. You will not be filled with certainty in the way the world defines it. You will be filled with alignment. The kind that doesn't ask questions, because the soul already knows. And still, there's a reason you don't know everything yet. There are parts of your destiny that would overwhelm you if delivered prematurely. There are skills still being refined in silence. There are connections still being drawn across timelines. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where the mission needs you to be. Aware, alert, awakening. There is a brilliance to the concealment. By keeping your mission classified, the universe ensures that your path cannot be sabotaged. Those who would misinterpret you, mock you, or misuse what you carry cannot touch what they cannot name. They may try to label you, but they cannot limit you. You have been wrapped in mystery to protect your purity. This is why your life has defied linear logic. This is why traditional timelines never seem to fit, because you are not operating on the rhythm of the world. You are aligned with a deeper current, a sacred rhythm, an ancient contract written long before you arrived in this lifetime. And though the ink is invisible, the agreement is alive. And now the mission is stirring again. The frequency of the world is shifting, and with it, the veil is thinning. What was hidden is beginning to shimmer just beneath the surface of your awareness. You may feel it in your restlessness, in your refusal to settle, in the voice that keeps whispering that you are meant for something that doesn't yet have a name. Do not ignore the whisper. It is your invitation. You don't need to understand every detail. You need to remain connected to your truth. The mission will not respond to effort. It will respond to authenticity. The more you strip away what you are not, the more space your real assignment has to emerge. This is not about chasing. It's about remembering. The world taught you to pursue. Your spirit is asking you to allow. And still, there is danger in premature revelation. Had your mission been exposed before your foundation was firm, it could have been manipulated, diluted, stolen, or shamed. That's why it had to remain secret. That's why certain doors were closed no matter how much you begged them to open. The delay was not denial. It was divine defense. There are forces that do not want your mission to activate, because once it does, everything they've built begins to unravel. You are not just here to shine. You are here to dismantle illusions. You are here to be a mirror that reveals truth. And the system has always feared truth. It fears the voice that cannot be bought, the heart that cannot be broken, the soul that cannot be seduced. And that, dear chosen one, is you. You were never created to be understood by the masses. You were created to awaken those still asleep, to stand in spaces where silence has ruled and speak with the authority of your alignment, to hold a frequency so stable that others remember their own light just by being near you. This is the real mission, and that's why it had to be protected with layers of delay, confusion, and even heartbreak. But every heartbreak has shaped you. Every disappointment has carved space for deeper clarity. Every shadow you walked through taught you how to carry light that doesn't flicker. And now, as more layers peel away, you are getting closer to the core, closer to the transmission that was encoded into your soul before time, closer to the moment when the mission will stop being a question and start becoming your reality. You are not who they think you are. You are not even who you used to believe you were. You are becoming something entirely new, something ancient and future all at once. Your mission is not about fixing the world. It's about restoring the frequency of truth within it. And that is why it could not be revealed too early. Because to carry this kind of frequency, your heart had to be broken open wide enough to hold humanity. Your soul had to be purified through fire. And your mind had to be liberated from every lie that told you you were small. You are not small. You are not waiting for your mission. Your mission is waiting for you. Every decision you make from alignment pulls it closer. Every time you refuse to betray your spirit for comfort or acceptance, the veil thins. Every time you speak the truth, even when your voice shakes, your mission vibrates. And soon, when the final layer falls away, you will remember not just why you are here, but why it had to be you. You've likely wondered why the universe has kept you on the sidelines, made you sit in rooms where you didn't belong, walk through seasons that made no sense, and repeat cycles that seemed beneath your potential. And maybe part of you thought you failed, missed a signal, took a wrong turn, or weren't chosen after all. But chosen one, What if every moment that felt off course was secretly coded with precision? Your mission had to be cloaked, not because you were unready, but because the world wasn't. You were being moved like a sacred piece on a cosmic board, positioned with surgical accuracy, not for efficiency, but for impact. You are not here to be fast. You are here to be eternal. And what is eternal is never rushed. The delay is not a denial of your purpose. It is the protection of its power. You are carrying a light that is not common. An uncommon light cannot be revealed until uncommon strength is forged. That strength is not built through applause or comfort. It is carved through solitude, shadow, and surrender. You have been trained in silence because your mission will speak volumes, but not yet, not fully. Not until the last locks have been opened in your soul. Not until the last echo of doubt has been exhaled. Not until the final remnants of who you thought you needed to be have dissolved into the brilliance of who you truly are. The classification of your mission is not a punishment. It is a sign of sacredness. The universe does not hide trash. It hides treasure. The deeper the secret, the greater its power. And the fact that your mission is still under wraps means the impact of it will not just be loud, it will be revolutionary. And that's why your path has been unlike anyone else's. You've been placed in families where you never fit, in systems where your mind couldn't comply, in environments where your voice shook every time you tried to speak truth. But none of that broke you. It trained you. You learned how to listen beyond words. You learned how to trust the pulse of knowing that vibrates beneath the noise. You learned how to remain whole, even when everything around you fractured. And that is why you are now qualified in ways no human credential can measure. You've touched grief in its rawest form. You've stood at the edge of hope and still found the courage to believe. You've lost things that mattered and still chose to love. That is what makes you dangerous to the darkness. That is what makes you unstoppable in the light. Your mission is not about fixing what's broken. It's about restoring what's divine. You are not here to fit into the world's mold. You are here to melt it. And that's exactly what your mission will do when it's time. But until then, you are being refined, not just in character, but in frequency. You are being tuned to carry the resonance of truth in its purest form. This is not easy work. That's why few are chosen. Fewer still are ready, and even fewer are willing. But you were willing. That's why you're still here. The world needs your mission, but it doesn't know it yet. It's still clinging to illusions, still worshipping noise, still silencing those who refuse to sell their soul for validation. That's why your mission cannot be revealed in environments that celebrate appearance over alignment. That's why certain platforms never held space for you. That's why certain people couldn't stay. Not because you weren't enough, but because they weren't meant to walk beside the real you. The universe has isolated you so you could become immune to imitation, so you could recognize the false light and not be seduced by it. So when your mission finally unfolds, you'll carry it not with ego, but with purity. You will not trade your message for influence. You will not dilute your fire to keep peace. You will not abandon your calling just because it makes others uncomfortable. You have been prepared to walk alone, if necessary. Not because you're meant to stay alone, but because the mission demands a foundation that cannot be shaken by rejection. And that's what you are becoming. Not popular, but powerful. Not loud, but legendary. Your time in hiding was not wasted. It was sacred. Every unanswered question, every night you screamed at the sky, every prayer you whispered through your tears was heard. and honored. You were never being ignored. You were being anointed. There's a reason your mission had to be kept hidden, even from you. Because if you had seen the full vision, you might have tried to skip the process. You might have thought you needed to act when all you needed was to align. You might have reached for what looked good instead of what was true. And truth takes time. Not because it's weak, but because it's pure. You don't need to rush the unveiling. When it's time, the doors will not just open. They will dissolve. You will not need to force your way in. The space will make room for you. Because the mission you carry is not coming to take. It is coming to transform. You are not here to build empires that crumble. You are here to plant frequencies that awaken. And that is why the world hasn't seen your full power yet. Because it's not ready, but it will be. The awakening is spreading. The frequency is rising. And when the moment arrives, when the last veil is lifted and the final code is unlocked, your mission will no longer need explanation. It will be felt, known, revered, and it will ripple through generations. Until then, stay steady, stay real, stay true, because the mission isn't just waiting on the right time, it's waiting on the real you. You may not feel it yet, but everything around you is rearranging itself for what's about to be revealed. What has been hidden inside you is beginning to tremble, not in fear, but in anticipation. There is something ancient awakening in your bones, a knowing that doesn't come from books or beliefs, but from the core of your soul's agreement. And that agreement is beginning to activate. This is not the beginning of something random. This is the continuation of something eternal. There are truths you carry that cannot be taught. There are frequencies you hold that cannot be faked. And there are destinies like yours, divinely coded, cosmically encrypted, that cannot be accessed until all distractions are stripped away. That is why your mission remained classified. Because until now, the noise would have distorted your signal. But now the signal is stabilizing. You have started to notice the patterns, the way people are drawn to you without knowing why, the way you can walk into a room and feel its unspoken heaviness, the way you know things you were never taught, the way time bends around your presence. You thought these were coincidences, but they were confirmations. Confirmations that the dormant parts of your assignment are beginning to stretch, awaken, breathe. But here is the truth that many are not ready to face. Not everyone is meant to understand what you're about to become. Your mission is not designed to be liked. It's designed to be felt. It's designed to shake things. It's designed to unearth, unlock, undo. You are not being sent to fit in. You are being sent to activate. There is a sacred disruption embedded in your essence. That's why systems react to you. That's why people either open around you or recoil. It's not you they fear, it's what your presence reveals about them. The clarity you hold breaks illusions, and illusions hate light. You were sent ahead of your time, and that has always been your challenge, but soon it will become your advantage. Because as the world begins to collapse under the weight of its own deception, it will look not for leaders, but for anchors, and you, chosen one, are that anchor. Your stability in chaos, your peace in storms, your knowing in uncertainty, these are not just personality traits. They are mission signatures. They are the signs of your readiness. And readiness isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about being in sync with the frequency of your truth so deeply that no rejection can uproot you. No failure can define you. No praise can inflate you. When you reach that place of internal calibration, the mission will no longer feel like something you do. It will feel like something you are, and from that place, it cannot be stopped. You were not made for temporary impact. You were designed for legacy. That's why the preparation has been so intense. That's why your story couldn't follow anyone else's blueprint. Because no one else was sent to carry what you're carrying. No one else was built to withstand the weight of what your soul agreed to deliver. And that's not a burden. That's a blessing. The classification of your mission was not meant to frustrate you. It was meant to preserve you. Because the world would have tried to monetize what was meant to be sacred. It would have rushed your process, renamed your power, sold your soul back to you in pieces. But the delay has protected your originality. It has purified your intentions, and it has kept your essence intact. And now the classified files are starting to shake. The seals are weakening. The guardians at the gates of your deeper knowing are preparing to hand you the key. But the final activation won't come from outside of you. It will come from your yes, your inner yes. Not the loud one that tries to convince others. The silent one that finally believes, I am ready. When you speak that yes, not just with your voice, but with your choices, the transmission begins. The coordinates are set. The guidance floods in. The synchronicities snap into place. You no longer ask for proof. You become the proof. And still, your mission will not reveal itself all at once. It will unfold like a scroll. Word by word, step by step. Each revelation will only come when you're ready to embody it, not just understand it. This is how sacred power works. It's not downloaded, it's remembered. And you will remember. You will remember who you were before the world told you who to be. You will remember what you came here to do before the noise made you doubt. You will remember the reason you survived every storm and why you never fully fit into any mold. Because molds are for those who settle, and you were never made to settle. You were made to rise. You were made to stretch the boundaries of what's possible, to redefine what's real, to remind the world of its divinity, simply by embodying yours. That is your mission. And though it has remained classified, sealed, guarded, its time is approaching. You will not need to scream to be heard. Your frequency will speak for you. You will not need to prove your purpose. Your presence will carry the evidence. You will not need to chase doors. Your alignment will turn you into the key. So hold steady, chosen one. The ones who laughed at your slowness will soon study your silence. The ones who dismissed your value will soon feel your vibration. The ones who tried to name you will fall silent when your real name is spoken. Because the time of hiding is nearly over. The unveiling will not be an event. It will be a transformation. And when it happens, when the mission unclasps its final lock and the blueprint unfolds in your spirit, you will know. You won't be afraid. You won't hesitate. You'll smile, not because it's easy, but because it's time.